Good morning, Oakland CSL. My name is Amy D, and I'm honored to be here, as always, with the wonderful Kev Choice. Yes. Inviting you in with a warm welcome and some India RE. Feel free to sing along. The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. The mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. The color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside. All light. All light. Defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. Thank you. Kev Choice, everybody.
Good morning. I'm So happy to see you here today, feeling the love and light in this room. I'm Annie Golia. My pronouns are she, her, and they. I'd like to thank our talented, amazing musicians, Kev Choice and Amy D. Let's give them a hand. And let's give some love to our amazing AV team, especially our sound engineer, Rain Burhay. Yay, Rain. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. A special welcome to anyone who might be joining us for the very first time. We're so happy to have you in the sanctuary with us today. Please raise your hand, and someone will come and bring you a welcome packet. A big welcome to anyone joining us on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Let's give them a wave. Make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the interesting and fun things we have to offer here at the Oakland Center. We respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the Ohlone peoples. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Now, let's take a moment to bless our children wherever they might be. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you. We see you. We know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. Wednesday, September 10th, join Aaron Stewart for our midweek Oasis service for an encore discussion of the topic, What's the Point Anyway? 6:30 is meditation, 7 p.m. is the service on Zoom. There's only 13 days left until our 80th anniversary gala, September 20th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets today, now. We have many ticket options available, and don't let anything get in the way from you coming, because there are community tickets still available for those in need. Contact Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman at revsunshine@oaklandcsl.org. Visit oaklandcsl.org/events for more info on our anniversary. Join our nonprofit partner for September, October. It is Planting Justice. Please welcome to the podium Communications Director El Sharif Musahi to introduce us to who Planting Justice is with a video and slides.
We are in the heart of East Oakland.
This is my neighborhood. I come straight off the streets. I was selling dope 7, 8 years ago. A lady from my neighborhood grabbed me by my ear, literally, and dragged me down here. I didn't know it was even down here. Made me apply for this job, but hired me on the spot. I've been here ever since. I ain't sold dope in years. This place has done a lot for me, man. It changed my life. If I wouldn't have been working here, I'd probably be dead or in jail.
You know, I was in prison for 16 years. I got arrested a day after my 19th birthday, and I got out when I was 35. So basically, all my young years I spent in prison. When I was about to get out, like, I hear all these horror stories about people not giving employment to people who are formerly incarcerated, not many resources, people judging you for what you were in prison for.
Once you get out and then you go trying to find these jobs, and then, you know, a lot of them don't even hire you once they get your background, and they just like, you know, it's not gonna work due to your background. And then, like, if they do allow you to work, it's like people are, you know, treating you differently and, you know, treating you like, you know, like you some type of animal or something. but not here.
In this environment, you're not a number, you're a person, which means that you get encouraged to be in leadership positions, you get encouraged to grow, to do different things, like to introduce new things to the program, to the organization, and and you have a lot of room to grow.
We all can relate. A lot of us are directly from this neighborhood, so we don't commute every morning. We 5 minutes away from home, and yeah, it's like a family. It's like my extended PJ family.
But what it feels like now is that I'm finally accepted in society. It's accepted in the community that I actually live in.
Now we got 55 full-time staff doing this healing, nature-based work. Our average wage here is $25 an hour. Full benefits for kids. We cover like 60 children in the organization for medical, dental, vision. All of our staff have full benefits. And we want people to be able to meet their needs fully.
I was one of those people working in the prison for $1 an hour to do a job that out here gets paid like $30 an hour with benefits. We know how it feels to have to work for cents or nothing. That is slavery. You're forcing somebody to work in a job that they don't want to work at and only be paid a few cents. And if you don't work, you're punished. When I came here, I was just like, wow, I was impressed. And by being here and planting justice, it has opened doors for me that I never even thought possible, So I've been able to have a job that gives me stability. I've been able to be more around nature, like learning more about plants. This nursery is huge and it's so amazing.
Right now, we're at the largest perennial plant nursery permaculture system in Northern California.
Good morning, y'all. So I only have a little bit of time, and I don't want to, I can talk a lot about all the things we do, but I'm going to be out at the table. I'm happy to answer a whole lot of questions. Just wanted to quickly, introduce the org, though that video does a great job of doing that. And like it said, we are a nonprofit dedicated to sort of healing the harm of our injustice system, right, of the carceral system and the impacts it has, especially in our community where our main nursery is located in deep East Oakland, right? A specific neighborhood called Sobrani Park. It used to be predominantly a black neighborhood, and now it's like 50% Latinx, 50% black, and it's heavily impacted by so many intentional designed systems, right? And so the environmental racism, the structural racism, the drugs, the lack of resources, the food apartheid, right? There's no grocery store. So all that stuff, we are all about connecting all of those dots of our justice system, and but really deeply based in land and food and the healing power of plants. And so this map kind of shows you we're in an exciting moment of growth. So we really appreciate so much of the support that our Bay Area community has given us. It means a lot, and it's allowing us to grow these sort of social and land-based initiatives. So from our sort of main hub, the nursery in East Oakland, it's 2 acres, like the video shows. It's a permaculture nursery. We have thousands of rare fruit trees and plants, but we are now building an aquaponics farm right next door and training center to actually grow food, a lot more food to be distributed for free or at sliding scale in the community. And then we have our mother farm, as we call it, in El Sobrante, unincorporated Richmond, and that's where we get the, most of our plants. That's why we're a permaculture nursery. We get our scion woods and our cuttings and our new plants from that mother farm. So it's kind of like Noah's Ark. We have 2 of each one of our fruit trees on that farm. And then, of course, that farm does give us a little bit of surplus fruit that we can make jams with and other things and distribute. And then we are also opening up the Good Table Cafe in partnership with the United Church of Christ out there and There's going to be an industrial kitchen there and a planting justice nursery, so a more retail nursery. Unfortunately, in East Oakland, you can come visit that nursery. It is a commercial nursery, but again, speaking to some of those systems, a lot of times people don't want to come visit us. I'll let you figure out why. It's a great place. I highly recommend it, but this is going to be our more outward-facing commercial farm store and nursery. And it is very close to opening, and we have a farmer's market there every Sunday. So if you wanted to, after service today, you could come visit us there. And then we're having a Journey to Justice bus tour launch happening after the farmer's market today. It is a bus that's going to be traveling around the country to educate people about solitary confinement and end solitary confinement. That's the goal. So, yeah. And I over-prepared with too many slides. I don't want to take up your time, but these go into detail about all the different programs we do. In addition to our nursery, we have an education team that works in OUSD schools, runs gardens there. We have a re-entry program. Again, we provide jobs and benefits, but there's so many other services that folks coming out of prison need that we would love to be able to provide, but we can't. So it's about connecting people to other resources, right? Because right now in the state of California, you were given $200 and the clothes you went into prison with, and then good luck. So you need to figure out where you're gonna live. Hopefully you still have friends after however long you were in. You need to figure out healthcare, jobs, all of those things. So yeah, these are all of our different programs, and like I said, I'm happy to talk more and answer questions in detail outside. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you so much. That was excellent. Wow, I'm very inspired. Okay. Let's see, I got to get back to our usual program, which is the third of 6 sessions of the Women's Spiritual Empowerment Group is next Sunday, September 14th, after service. This is a 6-week session. All the women in our community are welcome to attend. Please join the Ministry of Prayer for Friday night prayer happy hour. It is offered twice a month on the first and third Friday. Please join us on September 19th from 7 to 8 on Zoom. Practitioners Maureen Molina and Megan Lemon are your hosts to help you anchor in prayer. Please visit oaklandcsl.org/events. Click on the image and use the passcode 411797. And please join us today for a very important ministry meeting, social justice ministry, at 1 p.m. right after service, not right after service, 1 p.m. in the social hall. This ministry meets the first Sunday of the month. Gabriela Conde is gathering volunteers for various posts at the anniversary gala. Something for everyone. Table set up ahead of the event, breakdown on Sunday after the event, registration table, greeters, ushers, and various other duties. Please send your interest to info@oaklandcsl.org and put in the subject line, Gala Volunteers. Thanks in advance for your support. Last call. We're collecting shout outs to celebrate our 80th anniversary. Stop by and meet Rev Deb today after service in the courtyard to record your video message of love, memories, and congratulations to OCSL, or record your own short video and upload it on our website at oaklandcsl.org on the events page, or you can email it to info@oaklandcsl.org. Got questions? Rev Deb is your person, and you can also email her at myrootconnections oaklandcsr@gmail.com. The deadline to submit your own video is this Wednesday, September 10th. Let's make this milestone even more unforgettable. Join our next virtual social hall immediately after service on Sunday, September 21st. More information to come. The Spirit Treasure Bookstore celebrates September with their Make an Offer table. So make us an offer. Help us clean out so we can bring in new books and merchandise. Please let us know what you would like to see our bookstore carry by writing us to at bookstore@oaklandcsl.org, or add your own suggestions to the sign-up sheet at the cash register. We want your ideas. Visit oaklandcsl.org for more information about our beloved community. Visit csl.org to see what is happening within our larger Centers for Spiritual Living, our global organization. And now, please stand if you are willing and able, and let's recite together our vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And so it is. Have a blessed day.
Good morning. My name is Dorothy Mendez, and I'm one of the practitioners here. And I want to thank you, sir, for clearing up in my mind when I ride past what used to be Adachi's nursery, I see this sign says the good table coming. So now I know what it is now. Thank you for bringing that to our community. I live in El Sobrante too. Thank you, thank you. Well, everyone, our theme for this week is what's the point anyway? So what I'm going to suggest to you all is to put on your seatbelts because Reverend Sunshine's got a message for us, okay? So just put on your seatbelts and hold yourselves down, okay? So, and to get you settled, I'm going to have two readings for you today. Our first reading is from our founder, Ernest Holmes, Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing. In expressing more life, we are expressing a greater degree of infiniteness of the Spirit. We are more completely personifying it. This is the real purpose and meaning of existence. It is the nature of the Spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom. Our second reading is by Tricia Hershey, Rest is Resistance, a Manifesto. You were not just born to center your entire existence on work and labor. You were born to heal, to grow, to be of service to yourself and community, to practice, to experiment, to create, to have space to dream and to connect. So let's just take a deep collective breath together and just exhale. Giving great thanks, knowing that there is only one life. That life is the life of God. And that life is whole, that life is perfect, that life is complete. And that life is your life right here, right now, and in everyone in the sound of my voice. Giving thanks for this day that God has created. And knowing that each and every one of us is truly, truly in our right and perfect place. knowing that we are grounded in the love and the light of God. For we know there's no spot in our life that God is not. So we give great thanks for this day, knowing that we are truly grounded in the love and the light of God, and knowing that everything, regardless of the appearances, is working for our highest good. And that we come together in this community with love, support, respect, and honor for one another. Knowing that we are truly created in the likeness and image of God the Father. And we just say thank you. Thank you. I bless our fabulous musicians today who bring us the sounds of joy. I bless the AV team who makes all of this possible for us and our live streamers to be here this day. And most of all, I bless our senior minister, Reverend Sunshine Michelle, who will bring to us the words that move through her, that Spirit moves through her and gives to each and every one of us. I know that we are truly transformed and renewed by the words that are spoken today, by something, whether it be the music, whether it be a speech, whatever. Know that we are blessed. We are truly, truly blessed being right here this wonderful day that God has created. So I am knowing that this service is already complete in the mind of God. And there's nothing you have to do but be still. Just be still and know that all is well. And so I, Dorothy, release this word into the law. That law that always says yes, yes, yes. And I say thank you. And if you agree with anything I have said, please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
You call me out upon the water, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you've never failed and you won't start now. And I will call upon your name to keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours and you are mine. Oh, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger as you lead me to the answer. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger as you lead me to the answer. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Thank you.
You know, listening to that song, while I was sitting there, I got a little teary because it epitomizes what we experienced, we the practitioners of this beloved community, yesterday in retreat at a spiritual retreat center. In the stillness, where we realize we are one with, and we are one with you. It was so touching for us to come back together in consciousness and bring that to you. So thank you, Amy and Kev, for that song. And I bless our elders as I put Miss Lita de Seville gifted me this. And I haven't taken it home yet because it just seems to fit on this pulpit. And so if we have any elders in the house, if you have any elders in your heart, know that I bless you and I lift you up as I lift her up. Okay, Spirit, I didn't know we were going to start like that. But anyway, y'all know I give in to it. So here it is. I'm a tender Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman right now, apparently. I'm the proud spiritual director of this center. I don't mind bringing you my tender. And I want to invite you to bring your tender. That's what spiritual community is to me. That's what beloved community is. Whether we're in joy or whether we're in pain, whether we don't know where we are at all, you are welcome here, just as you are. I use she and they pronouns, and I'm really touched. And I'm even more touched when I say that on my watch, as your spiritual leader, we're turning 80. 80 years old, an elder in the community, as I just blessed our elders. On my watch, this is my blessing, and yours too. And so as we clock down to this gala, it's more than an event. It's a state of consciousness that has built this place that we are in, that we come to for solace, where we can welcome you, Eli, to tell your story so we can support you as you support those formerly incarcerated with Mother Gaia. What a blessing that is. And all the leaders and people and congregations, the children who've grown up, ones in the house that I see as now a young adult. We have many, including my son like that, who grew up here from little. This is welcome to the 80 years. So we're going to celebrate. We deserve to celebrate. And I'm telling you what, I'm sure the anniversary committee will be glad, myself included, when it's over. But listen to this. It's like a wedding. If I counsel with a couple, what I end up telling them is be sure and enjoy yourself, because it's a fleeting moment that you are bringing yourself to. Don't get so caught up in the execution of the details that you had in your vision that you don't let yourself breathe into the moment as it is. You can clap. And so we're proud. We're working tirelessly to bring you a quality event. And when we say we have community tickets available, please hear that if you're having a financial challenge and you want to come, we want you to be here. Please contact me so that you can be here. And if you won't be here, guess what? The next day is Sunday, which is Anniversary Sunday. On September 21st, where Reverend Dr. David Alexander will be speaking to us. It will be a great time, and he's going to be speaking to our social justice ministry that you heard about is meeting today after service about the moral campaign that Bishop William Barber is spearheading. That's the consciousness that's here in this place. So I welcome you to the gala or the anniversary Sunday or the times thereafter, because we're going to need to come together after. So we're heading down to sell out. Y'all know I said I want to sell out. We have less than 2 weeks. It's not too late. We only have about 50 tickets left. So if you don't have yours, go get it and invite somebody else. Invite them to be a sponsor. We have sponsor level tickets because this is a fundraiser. Okay, so Spirit, you're going to have to help me get back on track. Look, I was preaching before I was preaching. So let's take a community breath together, shall we? And what that means is with intention. Not that you don't breathe with intention, but many of us don't, do we? Don't we take it for granted? Don't take that breath for granted, because if you weren't breathing, you wouldn't be on this side, would you? Right? So let's just come together and exhale right where you are. Just let it go. And now breathe in the sacred breath with intention. Welcome it into your body. When you get to the top, let it out with a sigh. Twice more, we're going to do that with intention, breathing it in and letting it out. And a bigger breath. And a bigger sigh. You too, live streamers, no cheating. And simply take a moment to honor the gift of life circulating in and out of your body. Bless it. Because when you bless it, you bless yourself and you bless Mother Gaia. You bless the breath. You bless our community. The reason I do this is so that we can hear the word together as beloved community. And now, then, we get to declare our daily readers. We're reading from 365 Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes, our founder. And we're reading from 365 Gratitude, Deborah Perdue. And so these are just snippets that we can recite together in this conscious breath and give it back to each other with intention. You willing? Okay. Here we go. The first reading together. Today I guard my thought and speech. I keep my consciousness steadfast with realization that there is a spiritual power and strength upon which all may call. I turn resolutely to that divine source that knows no confusion, to that spiritual center within me that knows no fear. Let's continue in gratitude. I am incredibly grateful for serenity, that deep, abiding sense of peacefulness. When I turn within to my heart and soul, I can find it. It is there. And so it is. As Dorothy mentioned, she mentions this week's theme. I want to tell you the whole theme, the global themes from Centers for Spiritual Living, of which we are a part, the global movement. And our moniker is this. I need to get a postcard or a t-shirt. Thanks for the demo and doing it with me. Rising higher, growing deeper. Oh, I love this. Yay, participation. Let's do it on the other side. Rising higher, looking up, growing deeper, looking down. So beautiful. I love the theme for this month. This month is Transcendent Purpose. And I was reminded that I co-wrote the themes and the titles for this month, because I did it a year ago. So, you write it, you let it go, and there it is. And it's like, oh. And also December, so stay tuned. The theme for this week, what's the point anyway? I know y'all are wondering what I'm going to talk about now, huh? The qualities of God that I'm focusing on in the talk today: surrender, imagination, trust, awakening, the mental equivalent, which I call the flip it, right? We want to look to the direction that we want to go in instead of focusing on that morass that we're in. So when we talk about living on purpose, there's a lot of people that are talking about living on purpose, and actually that's an innate quality that we strive for. We want to have meaning. We want to live on purpose. The way I'm intending it today is not only that we live with intention and purpose in our life, but we also discover and fulfill our purpose and our destiny in life. That's another way that it's used to help make our lives and our lived experiences meaningful and rewarding and deliberate with a positive contribution to life. Does that sound familiar to any of y'all? Y'all want to do that? Sometimes we're striving for it, but sometimes do you wonder along the course of your life? It's like, well, what is my purpose? Right? And it gets aggravating if you don't exactly know. Because then it feels like, well, why am I here? Because there's this yearning from within, purpose. When we add transcendence to purposeful living, we move beyond what can be seen. That's what transcendence is. We move from the ordinary to the extraordinary. We move through and above whatever the greater possibilities are that we see. We move into that space of infinite possibility when we're transcendent purpose. I love that together. We're transcending into something different, to live a life that's meaningful in a way that takes us beyond and through morasses sticking in my mind that word morass. You know, it kind of reminds me of molasses. Sometimes if you're, kind of trudging through some rut and some, have any of you felt like that in your life? Like trudging through life is kind of hard to do. That's what morass is to me. Transcendent purpose means you rise above that, or you move through it, because we don't want to do a bypass, right? So when I say rise above it, I don't mean that we don't work through our issues, because when you rise above it without working through your issues, they just get buried, don't they? And they come back at the most inopportune time. So it's working through it, especially these days. It's so much that can get us caught up. How do we rise above or move through? So then now remember, that's the theme for the month. When we get to the theme for the week, what's the point anyway? Well, this is what came to me. And Spirit always, well, maybe it's not Spirit giving me something, but life always shows up to give me an example. It can be so easy to be in the intensity of life, and you question the meaning and the purpose, and sometimes we feel like, I feel like, let me say doing it all for naught. That's what's the point anyway meant. It just meant, it's like, well, why am I doing this anyway? What's the point? Have you ever felt that way? Okay. So here's the example. I was having a moment the other day. I don't even remember why I was having the moment or what the moment was about, but I was having one of those moments where it felt like that. It felt exactly like that. Well, what's the point of doing this? This is when you're exasperated, when you get frustrated, when you feel like the things that you're doing, the efforts you're putting forth are going nowhere. And why am I doing it? What's the point anyway? Why am I doing it? Feeling, deflated or questioning something, the value of life. It gets deep. It can get deep really quick over the smallest things, right? Feeling like you get knocked down by something. Anything can knock you down when you're in this state. What's the point of doing it? Why put forth that effort? Because it feels like it's all in vain. So I was on my walk. Y'all get to enjoy my spiritual practice through my exercise, because that's where I get a lot of my epiphanies. And so I was on my walk feeling, what's the point anyway, right? But I got out there and I'm walking by the water and I'm talking to God and listening to God and just, letting all the stuff go into the big water is the way I see it. And so then I got that, PPP. Y'all know what that is? You want to know what that is? I got on the pity pot party. Right? When you are in that place of what's the point anyway, has anybody ever, I don't want to project. Anybody been on what we call a pity pot? Let me see some hands. Okay, so many of you have raised your hands. And it's just that place where you're feeling pitiful and, you're feeling weakened. And I don't know about you, but there's stories going on in my head that pile on more stuff to make me really be in the pity pot party. I don't know why it exacerbates the thing, but it was getting deeper and deeper. It felt like, sometimes it can feel like the mountain you're climbing is getting steeper and steeper, or the burden you're bearing is getting heavier and heavier. It's drama. Drama, straight up drama. At least it is for me. You can admit it or not if that's for you. So that PPP, and somehow it makes you, see if this fits for you. Somehow it makes you feel better when you feel worse. It's kind of like in a perverse way. You can lob on more of this stuff. That doesn't seem to make sense when you're feeling okay. But boy, when you're not feeling okay, it really makes sense. You want to feel more miserable, it seems. So you complain about being miserable somehow. That feels good. That's crazy. Anyway, so when I was on this walk and I'm experiencing this PPP, then all of a sudden, as what's the point anyway, thank God Spirit took over, I got the answer. The answer to what's the point anyway is that's the point. What's the point anyway? That is the point. Even if you come to a point of exasperation, especially if you have spiritual practices in your tool belt, eventually you will remember. Dr. Margaret Stortz, whom we're going to be honoring at the gala, I remember hearing this from her. I don't know if she said it or not, but I remember hearing it from her. Once you know, you can never not know again. That means that once you know the truth, once you know Spirit, once you know that you're a part of the one, that there is the one, and you're a part of the one, you can't forget that no matter how hard you try. So you're down in the dumps on the PPP, the pity pot party, right? And eventually you will remember. Something will kick in and say, baby, no. There's a part of me that's a part of this wholeness. And if that's true, then that's the same for you. So get up off that pity pot now, right? It happens. And then you can realize there was a point to you being on that pity pot, if you use it, to be able to learn whatever the lesson is that you needed to learn. Some of the hardest lessons in the world that I have experienced have been my greatest moments of learning and excelling. Anybody feel that? Yeah. And so when you're carrying this boulder uphill, hopefully that's inspiring. Because that's what faith is all about, right? You have faith this moment, even when you had the fear, and then you remember the faith. And the faith carries you through. You get that demonstration, you use your principles or whatever, and it's bound to be another situation, right? But do you use the faith that was built on the one before for that one that you're in? That's what this is like. When you're on another hill with carrying this boulder uphill, and you will be on one. Trust me, if you're living, you're going to have to push a boulder up a hill. It's making you stronger. It's making you more daring. It's testing your faith. Not that Spirit is testing your faith. Hear me correctly. It's not that God, at least we don't believe that, is some pejorative being up in the sky saying, thunderbolts down, no, you have sinned. We don't believe that. I'm not shaming any spiritual practice that does. But we don't. And if it may come from your past. Many of us were in traditional religions, and it comes through, but we don't believe that. But we do go through these things, and it's all about how we rise through them. No matter what it is, no matter what, you're building muscles. This is not to say that you need to go through life suffering either. I'm not saying that, so hear me clearly. This is not about martyrdom. It's not about beating and lashing or whatever. I am saying something that I've always said to you. How do you do the lessons learned through what you're going through? How do you allow yourself to bounce back? And as Miss Grady said one time, she takes a thing and looks at all sides of it. That means you turn that baby around on either side and turn it upside down and everything to make sure you got what I call the diamond flakes. They're diamonds. This is the time that you strengthen up, and this is richness in your life if you take it that way. So then when you get to the top of that mountain, beloved, and you look back down, you can kind of go, oh, I did that. Yeah, I did that. I got here through blood, sweat, and tears, or whatever it took you to do. You got there. That's the point. What's the point anyway? I believe that is the point. And you know what? Have y'all heard of this term that we categorize science of mind principles in, in called metaphysics? We study metaphysics. Meta, that word meta is beyond. It's beyond the physical. That's what we are looking at and studying and working through. It's the spiritual. It's the divine. We're looking beyond. That's what we're studying, just like transcendent. You're looking beyond and through. So it's going, what I like to say, beyond the beyond. It's otherworldly. This is where we connect the human and the divine. And you do that through your experience, no matter what it is that you're experiencing. So when we live from transcendent purpose, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And as I was preparing this, I thought about this term that y'all probably heard, this too shall pass. Have you heard that? And I would have bet money probably that it came from the Bible, but it didn't, according to when you Google it, it didn't. Who knows if that's true, but anyway, I'm going to believe that today, okay? They attribute it to King Solomon in a Peruvian fable or something like that. But then it's interesting because a lot of people must have thought that this too shall pass came from the Bible, because shortly after that, they gave you a Bible verse that was similar to this too shall pass. And I thought it was so poignant. I want to share it with you. And this whole notion of this too shall pass offers a perspective about life's moments, all of life's moments. Like, you'll get through this too. That mirrors with what's the point anyway? At least in my mind it does. And it talks about the temporal, the temporary kind of nature of human condition. It's not going to stay that way all the time. Thank God for that. Some things you want it to pass on by. But here is the scripture that it gives you. In 2 Corinthians, 4th chapter, 17th and 18th verse, I went back and read the whole chapter to get context, right? And so I want to read to you 16, 17, and 18. Go look it up for yourself. 2 Corinthians, 4th chapter, 16 through 18 verse. And I like to use the New International Version. And actually, in studying this, don't worry, I'm going to get to read it to you. But in studying this, I ended up looking at 4 different versions of the Bible to make sure that I was getting the right context, right? So I landed on this one. And remember, we're talking about this too shall pass. And what's the point anyway? And it says, therefore, we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, listen at this, this is straight up science of mind, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. That's the definition of faith, that we are using these universal metaphysical principles through our faith and our belief and bringing in from the invisible into the visible. So this too shall pass, beloved. Don't get so caught up in the doom and demise of what's the point anyway. Flip it and say, that's the point. Or what's the point anyway? You know how it is with inflection, right? What's the point anyway? Oh, woe is me. What's the point anyway? Turn resolutely and say, what's the point anyway? I'll tell you what the point is. That this too shall pass. I know who I am. I am a child of God. I am that I am. I am abundance. I am health. I am well-being. You say what you need to say. Go talk to somebody that's going to say it to you. Go pray with somebody or pray for yourself. Pray out loud. Do what you need to do to bring yourself back. That does not mean, listen to me closely, that does not mean that you rush the experience that you're in or that it will let you rush it. Because it may be around a little longer for you to experience it. You might get immersed in that stuff. Just because you get immersed in it doesn't mean you're not cloaking yourself in a divine white light, that you're not posting up affirmations on your mirrors and in your house and on your dashboard in your car so that you won't forget and you can say it even if you don't feel it. Say it anyway. Because you're neutralizing those other things that you're probably saying that are not the truth about you. You with me? There is nothing. There is nothing. There is no thing that can take you off your game unless you let it. So don't let it. When we allow ourselves to bounce back, surrender, don't resist it, just flow with it, do what you need to bounce back, we can reclaim our power, even through the moments when we're working through it. So back to my story about, I had an example, I have examples all the time, where I feel like I get, not, and I bring it to you for a reason. I bring it to you because I'm just doing the same thing y'all doing every day, trying to get by and trying to stay elevated. And sometimes it's really hard. It is so hard. But I've learned, I think through wisdom, you live long enough, you're going to get wisdom some kind of way, that when you just let go and let yourself wallow, be pitiful. You know, and I'm vain, right? So if I just say, oh, just forget the vanity, oh gosh, she really is feeling bad today. When we can just let go, we let it wash. And then we also let Spirit wash over us so that we can do what it says. Do not lose heart. Right? Do not lose heart, it tells you. So we fix our eyes on what is seen, but on what is unseen. That's what we really need to fix our eyes on, to that which is eternal. So then, as I was thinking through this, you know, I haven't given you acronyms in a while. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't have time to get it up there on the screen because I just thought of it yesterday, or Spirit just gave it to me, so blame Spirit. But I have one. You ready? Okay, the way you get through this, through transcendence, when you're in that moment of the PPP, the pity pot party. Did y'all get that part? Okay. Here's what you do. It's a formula. You pause. You regroup. You remember. And then you readjust. You get up, dust off, and try it again. And that, my friends, is called pergodutia. Pergodutia. You pause, regroup, remember, readjust. That's 4 R's, right? Say pause, regroup, remember, readjust. Say it. Purr. So you'll remember that, especially your cat lovers. Okay? Here we go with the next part. After you've done that, then you get up, because maybe you fell down. Because that's what these moments will do. They will make you fall down. You get up. Say get up. Dust off. Right? Because you might have to You get up and you dust off, and that's gudo. Say that. Okay, and here's the last part. You try it again. Tia, say it. Try it again. Tia, see? You did it. Okay, so as I bring this to a close, I want to tell you what Carolyn Miss said in Sacred Contracts, her book, which I think is so apropos. It says, our life's mission or contract cannot be defined or measured simply by our external life. Your purpose is not only your career or hobby or romantic relationship. A contract is your overall relationship to your personal power and your spiritual power. It is how you work with your energy. It is also how much you are willing to surrender to divine guidance. Your life is composed of many facets that shimmer and reflect both your physical and internal energy. Just as each fragment of a hologram contains the entire image, your mission is reflected within each of these individual energy rays. This is about purpose. 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 So every decision, every direction, every experience serves us, in summary. If we look for the diamond flakes, that means look for, what's there. Y'all all know you. There's another way to say that. You know the story. I'm sure you've heard it. I'm not going to tell the whole story, but you get the punchline of the child looking for the pony in the big pile of the manure, knowing that there must be a pony in there somewhere. Y'all remember that? Okay, this is that. So when life gives you lemons, you know the end of that story, right? But I'm going to give you a different ending to it. When life gives you lemons, you find all the nutrients of those lemons, and you make you some lemonade, some lemon meringue pie, some lemon scones, some lemon pepper chicken breast, lemon curd, lemon pound cake. And listen to this, that you can take those lemons, you can relieve a sore throat, you can whiten your fingernails, you can clean the tile grout, you can brighten whites in the laundry, you can use it as lemon zest or lemon peels as bowls. You name it, right? Those are lemons. Okay, so we're going to close with Ernest Holmes. I'm sorry, I had to laugh at that one. That one's cute. So many uses for lemons. There is Ernest Holmes, our founder, in the Science of Mind magazine in August of 1962. There is a transcendent something with a capital S in us that rises triumphant over every disillusionment. When you're feeling disillusioned or what's the point anyway, say, yes, that's the point anyway. I'm in for it. And he continues with another sentence in this same article. God is infinite, ever-present spirit, not only in everything, but also transcendent, more than that which it indwells. That, my friend, is the point anyway. Let us take this to prayer, shall we? And I invite the practitioners and the ministers to surround our congregation, you too, live streamers, and all of you who are seated. I invite you to go within your hearts to know the truth of this prayer that I allow Spirit to speak through my voice. As Susan, our emerita, we have two Susans. Susan Brecker, emerita practitioner, who did the meditation today, has the prayer box right here. Thank you, Kev, for the keys. So what I know for sure is God is in the lemon. God is in the blessing. God is everywhere present. There is no place in the world, in the universe, in the anything that you want to call it, the allness, the isness, that God is not, because God, Spirit, Holy Power, Presence, whatever you want to call it, is the divine creator. It is the divine magnificence that is poised, that is beautiful, and it knows of its beauty. It knows of its truth. It knows so much about itself as perfection, as eternality, as the immortality of consciousness, that it created all of us beloveds. It created this building. It created the trees and the animals, those that fly and those that swim, those that crawl in the earth, the universe, the universes, the multiverses, the stars, the planets, the lights, the darkness, all of it is a part of the one, all of it. This is what we acknowledge. This is what I know for sure. It's a divine truth that I can never not know again, because I've been touched by it, where I know it in my heart, in my being, in my cells. And I know that you know too, because we are one. I know these words I'm speaking are waking up a part of you that you didn't even think was there. We together are soaring in spirit right this very moment. So much so that we can speak and know that every prayer request in this box that Susan holds, every prayer on your heart, my heart, anybody's heart, is already answered. Even in the midst of all the calamity and the devastation and the ridiculousness that is happening in the world, we are otherworldly. We are spiritual beings having this human experience. And yes, we may experience those depths that feel so low that we don't know what to do, and that we say, what's the point? And I don't want to be here. But I'm here to wake up within you and remind each of us that there is a power and a presence within us that knows that it knows that it knows. It knows the beyond the beyond. And all we have to do is welcome it, to open up to it. Even when we can't even do that, we simply surrender and say, I give up. That's a good place to be. That's surrender. Give it up. Let it go. Let spirit infuse its way in our consciousness, in our society. And that is what we know is happening right here and right now. Where there is war, we are naming and claiming peace. Where there is famine and devastation, we are naming and claiming wholeness and well-being and healing. For any of the babies and the children that are lost or have lost their family, we know that there is a miracle that is happening right now where somebody comes and grabs that baby and takes them to safety. All things are working together for good, regardless of the appearances that may show themselves. And I bless each and every person that I call out loud right now that's on our Ministry of Prayer list, knowing that they are included in this prayer and that all things are working together for good for them. Bruce Bluen, our own Bruce, health and wholeness. Sage Artist, harmony, clear communication, divine listening. Betty Woodard, health, healing, and divine right action. Miss Madeline Wells, health and healing and divine right action. Taylor Wesley, perfect employment and living conditions. Tracy Cash, health, perfect job, divine right action. Jackie Corwin, divine right action and abundance. Mother Jerry Martin, health, healing, and wholeness, peace of mind for she and her family. Blessing all the children, the shootings and anything on the news that we may see where people are struggling one way, shape, or another. We know that God is holding them close to its bosom, providing resources right where it's needed, providing answers, providing faith that all things are in perfect and divine order, and they're righting themselves. And so now, beloveds, is the time that we open this prayer for your voice to come in, to speak your name. You're invited to speak your name and the names of whomever it is that you're praying on behalf of, or to utter a prayer in the beautiful, powerful space that we're in right now. Now is the time. And as these names are called, these prayers are uttered, we lift them up. We just know that whatever needs to happen is happening, that all things are being acted upon right here and right now with God's grace, God's abundance, and God's knowing. And so in gratitude and in knowingness, we let this go, so that Spirit can do its work on it. We let Spirit in the universe, laced with law and love, bring it to pass, manifesting the good right here and right now. We are grateful. If anybody's grateful in the house, say yes. If anybody's grateful in the house, say yes. Praise God. And so we let it go. We let it be. And we can declare together, and so it is. And some might say hallelujah, or yes, or amen, or praise God, whatever you want to say. Blessed be. Thank you so much, practitioners, ministers, for all of us coming together as beloved community, loving you out.
Wow. Wow, wow. Yes, I think everybody here in this sanctuary and on live stream received something they needed to receive from that talk. I certainly did. Thank you, Reverend Sunshine Michelle. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm Reverend Jerry Carter. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm so happy to be here today. I love this talk and living on purpose, but I'm switching it up. I'm saying give on purpose. We live on purpose, let's give on purpose today. So important for our spiritual community, and so important for us individually to step into that law of circulation and see what it cultivates in our life experience as we give, because as we give, we do receive. So I'm inviting you to hold your gift to your heart. These cards represent all those stars on the poster of people who are giving automatically, and we have the baskets here to receive additional gifts as well. So please give with joy, give with love. Let us say our affirmation, and I'm going to just say it very quickly. We have many, many ways to give. We have Zelle to give. We have our website. You go to the donate button. There's so many easy ways to give for those of you live streaming particularly. So now let's just say our affirmation together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies this offering. It blesses all that I am, all that I give, and all that I circulate. Thank you, love, as me, and so it is. And thank you all.
As always, feel free to sing along. Maybe do a little step touch up to the baskets, or just a step touch in general. Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. See, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on? What's going on? Ooh. La, da, 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 la, 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 la. Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who are they to judge us? Simply 'cause our hair is long. You know we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see, oh, what's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on? What's going on? La 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 la. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. What's going on?
Thank you.
To buckle up, okay? Now, as Joe Osteen would say, did you receive it today? Say yeah! Thank you, Reverend Sunshine, for those wonderful words. Thank you, thank you. And I want to begin thanking our fabulous AV team, Krista Kotz, Karen Horner, Bob Reed, Peggy Cotton. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And our sound engineer, Rain. Thank you so much for making all of this technology possible. And live streamers, say thank you too, okay? So, I know some of you may have come in a little later when we offered a wonderful gift packet if you are new to our community. And if you did not get to receive one, there are some on the table in the foyer. You're welcome to just take one. We, the practitioners, are here for you. And we ask that you not take home a worry or any concern. We are here to support you in prayer in any way we possibly can. We have a 3-minute miracle in our prayer room in the back. I ask that you please wear a mask because it is very close. And if you don't want to be in the prayer room, you are welcome to have a practitioner pray here in the sanctuary with you. So we also, how can I never will forget, Maestro, Kev Choice, and Miss Amy D. Thank you, thank you. I think sometimes Kev's get mad at me because I'm always messing with him, but I love you, okay? Can't help myself. So I'm going to ask now if everyone would please stand as we do our closing affirmation together. And it's on the PowerPoint. I awaken my fully into every new moment of life. Life itself is an awakening and blooming into the more of spirit through me. Yes. So come to the prayer room, go to the social hall where there's coffee and tea and socialize and get to meet each other and just have a blessed Sunday. God is good. Thank you.
Check, check. Thank you so much. We're going to send you off into the week with a chant. This is by a group called Beautiful Chorus. So if you don't already know them, highly recommend their healing sounds. So this should be easy enough for you to either join in on or to just integrate. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. Let's keep it going. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. I see myself in joy and love. I know myself, I am enough. Thank you. Hope you'll take that with you and maybe check out Beautiful Chorus. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday.